So my why I don't want kids video ended up being a lot more popular than I thought it was going to be. It actually ended up being more popular than any other video on my YouTube channel. It didn't quite bring in the amount of attention that I wanted it to, but the views certainly were past my expectations, like way past my expectations. So I thought I'd do a follow-up video to the why I don't want kids and kind of maybe make a series out of this whole thing. So in this video, I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about questions that people should stop asking women who choose not to have children. And I found 8 questions online that people keep asking women when we say out of our mouths that we are not having kids by choice. So the first question, it says, does not having kids make you feel like less of a woman? So for me personally, I don't feel any less of a woman choosing not to have children. I know that to society, I may not be fulfilling my womanly duties by not having children, but me deciding not to have kids has nothing to do with anybody else, aka society. I feel like my body is still going to try to do what it's supposed to do to have children, but I have no intention of having kids. So my body's just gonna have to get with the program. Number 2, a question that I get a lot is, do you like kids or don't you like kids? I do like children. I actually really love children. There's a lot of kids in my family. I don't have any issues with kids personally. I like the fact that none of those kids are mine. And so I get to have fun with them, enjoy them, and then just give them back to their parents. Yes, I like children. No, I don't like children for me, but children I think are pretty cool. The third question is, won't you regret this when you're older and can't have them? So that was something I was thinking about when I start seeing women having kids in their 40s and 50s for the first time. And I always think like, oh my God, I hope that that's never me. Me saying that I don't want kids is me speaking today from my 35-year-old body. Speaking for the past me's in my 30s and my 20s, that woman didn't want to have children. I can't predict the future. I can't predict what's going to happen when I'm 40 and 50 years old, but I hope that I am not that person who's having children in their 50s. I think that anyone should do what they should do for themselves. And if having a baby at 50 years old is something that you feel like you should do for yourself, then go right ahead. Me personally, I don't want kids when I'm older. Me today, I don't think that I'm going to regret this decision. I always kind of have confirmation that I don't want children when I see kids behaving a certain way in public, or I see situations where like parents can't go places because they have kids, or they can't find a babysitter because they don't, because they have children. Won't a life without a family be unfulfilling is another question that's asked. I don't think that a family necessarily includes children. I think that you could be married to your significant other and that could be a family. It could be a 2-person family. I don't think that a family necessarily means that you have to have children. I think that when people hear the word family, they think, oh, a husband, wife, or wife and wife, or husband and husband, or, whatever the dynamic is, plus children. I think that when I decide to get married again, me and my husband will be considered a family. This wasn't part of the question, but I know that that's something that some people want to know is, are you going to tell the person that you're with that you don't want kids? And that is something I intend to tell him immediately, like first date shit. Like, hey, I don't want children and I hope that you're okay with that. And if he's okay with that, then fine. And I'm okay with him having kids. If he's already got children, that's fine. As long as they're not small, like a couple of months old, because I'm not really down for the baby mama drama. But if he has kids, whatever, it is what it is. Isn't that really selfish of you to choose not to have children? I don't think that it's selfish. I think that it's more selfish for me to have a child and not want it. That's selfish. I think that me knowing that I don't want children and then intentionally having a child and possibly not loving it completely, or possibly not treating it a certain way, or being the best mother that I can be, I feel like that's selfish. Me choosing not to have kids, I think that that is a conscious decision that I'm making. And I think that that is a positive decision that I'm making. And I think that that helps me and helps the child that is not in existence feel happy. And so No, I don't think it's selfish. I think that that is the best decision that I can make. So I answered this question already, but it says, does your partner have a problem with that? So I don't have a partner currently, but like I said earlier, if I do decide to get married again, or when I do get married again, that is something that I tend to announce on the first date, that no, I don't want children, because I don't want him to waste his time with me. But it's the most life-changing experience. Don't you want it? No, I don't. I think that there are other things that are life-changing experiences, and having kids is not one of them for me, but for other women that may be like the best thing in the world. But for me, that would be the most stressful thing that could ever happen to me, and I don't think that I would be excited or happy or anything about it. And so no, I don't want that life experience. I feel like there's so many other things that I could do. Like I could travel, I could see the world basically, and that would be a life-changing experience for me. But even getting the Jeep Wrangler that I want would be a life-changing experience for me. But having kids, no. I'm not really comparing a kid to a Jeep Wrangler, but you get what I'm saying. So this is something that older women in my family keep saying is well, you could change your mind. Yeah, I could change my mind about anything. As of right now, as of today, I don't feel like that is something that I'm going to change my mind on. Yeah, but women are always so quick to say things like, well, you don't know what you want. I'm like, I'm freaking 35. Like, how do I not know what I want? I think I've been making pretty good decisions for my life thus far. So I think me saying I don't want to have kids, I think that you should take that into consideration. And what's so crazy to me is that the older women in my family are part of the reason why I don't want to have children, because I've watched them struggle, and I've watched them have situations where the fathers are not involved in the kid's life, and how that's, caused them to have certain jobs that they don't want, and working harder than they would like to work, and not having the things that they want for their life now when they're in their 60s and 70s. And I just don't want that struggle. Like, why would you want to put that struggle on someone else? Like, why would you want to keep enforcing this negative situation on me? Like, why would you want to keep this generational curses? I feel like when your kids watch you struggle, like your parent, your aunts, your uncles, your grandmother, when we watch you struggle, I feel like you trying to put that on me is a generational curse that you're trying to continue. And I'm trying to break this generational curse by showing the family members that come after me that if you don't want freaking kids, you don't have to have kids. It doesn't make you less of a person. It doesn't make you less of a woman. And there are women out there that choose this life, and it's okay. It's okay to have these options. So in conclusion, I think that whenever you make a decision not to have children, it should be a decision for you and you only. I think that it is something that you should discuss with yourself and decide if that's something that you want, because this decision has nothing to do with anybody else. This is solely about you. If you're married, it is definitely something that you should discuss with your partner before the marriage. But if you're already married and you've decided not to have kids, this is something that you should definitely discuss with your partner. Even if you're not married and you're in a serious relationship, you should definitely open up that dialogue and have that discussion, and give that person the right to decide if they want to still be with you. And because that person doesn't have to stay with you if they want children. I think it's more selfish to like try to force them to still be with you and not tell them that you don't want kids. And it should definitely be discussed. But at the end of the day, the decision is you. This is your body. This is your choice. And that's all I have to say. Don't forget to give it one of those like, check, thumbs up thingies. And so, yeah, till next time. Bye.